Hello again, I'm back. It's Sunday the 31st of August 2025 and I've decided to come back and do the Lord's Rake again and the Westwall Traverse and then hopefully camp on top. However, it's quite windy down here now. It's supposed to be 46-mile-an-hour winds tonight, so I'm not sure where I'm going to be camping. I've got the Red Bull with me, the Soulo, so I'm just going to assess it when I get up there. It's supposed to be southerly winds, but it's more like easterly, so I'll give you an update in a bit. Right then, the wind's strong already, as you can see in the trees behind me, but even if it is 46-mile-an-hour winds, gust rather, the Soulo's going to look at this, yawn, scratch its backside and then go back to sleep. But that depends on how well I peg it out. So yeah, it's blowing like mad here, but the gully should be still. So yeah, I'm going to collect some water when I reach the point of pretty much where I think I need to, and then once I've collected my water, I will see you at the start of the gully. So, see you in a bit. Can't turn it off. What's going on? Come on. Just been told by 3 young ladies that the mountain rescue are misses them coming towards me now. Apparently some young girl has snapped her ankle, but I'm not going to film as I'm going past them just out of respect. This is crystal clear spring water. I'm going to drink this and then fill this up, and then that means I will have 3.5 litres. Right, that's me, got plenty of water. I'll show you the spring. So it's coming out of the ground just there and just there. See you in the gully. If for any reason it gets too bad up there, that is where I'm going to come down and pitch. So I've got plenty of light with me. I've got 2 head torches. I've got a 10,000 milliamp hour night core battery, power bank rather. So yeah, let's see what happens. Okay, you see that wet buttress there? We're gonna go right behind that. It can look a bit intimidating from here, but once you get to the right angle, you can see pretty much most of the way up it. So yeah, when I get there, I will be putting on my helmet. I brought a helmet, not that you really need one, but I bought one because I wanted to be able to film myself climbing gullies, and I'm going to be using a combination of the helmet for my camera and maybe a selfie stick. I'm not so sure whether I'll end up putting my head torch on or flicking the DJI Osmo 5 Pro onto night mode, but we'll see what pans out. Right, I've just got to the start of Lord's Rake, and can you hear that? That is the sound of running water. So I've just carried 3 litres up here when I could have got it from there, look. So this is the beauty of YouTube. So you can learn a lot from YouTube, can't you? So again, it's been raining the last couple of days, so that's why there's water, because there was no water earlier the day. Right, there's a breeze blowing right into my face, and I need to be careful, but there's no right or wrong way up here. It's a case of meandering from left to right and just choosing your foot placements carefully. So on these type of scrambles, the main thing to do is, I mean, this is me speaking as a climbing instructor. So what you want to do is keep relaxed. Don't get yourself puffed out. Try and maintain your breathing, regulate it. And then basically don't panic if you start to slip in the scree, because the scree will settle and kind of have a bias of leaning forward so that you can put your hands down to stop you doing a face plant. But like I say, it's a good idea to stick to the left and the right side, because then you can utilise the gully walls for stabilising yourself, can't you? So yeah, so I've got my helmet on. When I was here last week, there was a couple of climbers up there, and so it is sensible to wear a helmet if you've got one. And the protocol is, in the climbing world, if you knock anything off, you scream below as loud as you can, and that notifies anybody in the know that something's going to fall off or has fallen off. Right, so I'm going to put the camera on my head in a bit, and then we'll just chat as we go up, won't we? So yeah, I'm 3 kilos more tired because I didn't need to bring the water up. But by the way, this scramble actually starts down there, in my opinion. It's not really significantly different when you actually get to the bottom of Lord's Rake, because all that loose scree that you have to negotiate coming up here, it's just as tiring and in some ways just as technical, you know. So yeah, I'll give you updates along the way. Right, this is the start of the Westwall Traverse. There you go. I don't know what you've seen there. I'll obviously play it back and check it out. And I'm not going back down there to do it again. Not at my age. Yeah, so this is the, excuse me, start of the Westwall Traverse. And this big boulder feature in front of you is the indicator not to go past there. If you go past that big boulder, then you're doing the rest of the original Lord's Rake, aren't you? So yeah, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to put you back on selfie stick, and then we can get a different perspective, can't we, as we're finishing it off. So what I might do is, when I get to like the last 30 metres or so, I'm going to don my windproof, because I'm getting these gusts. So obviously up there, I mean, we're expecting them 40-mile-an-hour winds, aren't we? So it won't feel much anywhere near that inside the gully, but then once you get on the top, that'll be it. I mean, when I was coming up the street, this ski slope at the bottom there, I was getting the occasional blast gust, and that was almost knocking me off my feet. So yeah, but we're with the Red Bull, and that can handle it. But if I deem that it's not a good pitch, then I'll be heading back down to where I was showing you earlier. Yeah, in terms of danger, I would say that Jack's rake is potentially more dangerous than this. And I'd say it's a little bit more technical, because the scrambling on this is not difficult at all. Obviously, if you're an able-bodied person. But there's a couple of bits on Jack's rake that are very polished, and you have to use the handles in such a way that, you know, it demands a certain level of fitness, I would say. Anyway, in my mind, I always question, you know, if I was bringing one of my grandkids up to a place like this, would I want them ropes up, or would I be happy to let them just, you know, solo? And on this I would, but on Jack's rake I'd rather have them on the end of a rope. So let's just show you around here. Yeah, it'd make me feel better if he was on the end of a rope. That way I know they're going nowhere. I can feel them gusts now. I mean, there's some big fall potential on here, isn't there? But yeah, if you stick over to the right hand side, that's where the path's mostly worn. But again, because of rainfall for years and years, probably thousands of years, billions, and more recently people traffic, this rock is like marble in places. Change the angle of this. You can see the wiggly path. That's the main path to Scafel Pike. Sorry, yeah, Scafel Pike. It's that's Micklegut just around there. Lingbell and Great Gable. Such a fantastic vantage point, isn't it, from here? Okay, Baldrick onwards and upwards. Let me. By the way, if you're going to do gullies in winter time, you really do need a helmet, because if there's been snow and ice and then intermittent thawing, the walls of gullies tend to have huge icicles on them that can snap off at any minute. Remember, I did this Via Ferrata in Andorra with my daughter, and they were snapping off left, right and centre. I mean, she was about 24 at the time, and you roped up on a Via Ferrata. Well, you're not roped up, but you've got a sling system on a harness that goes into like cables, so if you fall you can still hurt yourself. And in places that was overhanging, but she kept saying to me, "What are them noises, Dad?" And we both had helmets on, but I didn't want to tell her till she got to the top what it was. But again, the narrower the gullies, the tighter the walls are, and the potential for icicles falling off and ruining your day is quite high. And unfortunately, lots of people get killed by them. So yeah, you get away with not wearing a helmet on this in summer, But again, be mindful of people above you. Be mindful of climbers doing the routes on the sides, knocking stuff off. But it's definitely in winter time, treat yourself to a helmet. It's not worth taking the risk, is it? This one that I'm wearing, by the way, it's an ultralight one. It would be, wouldn't it? I think it weighs about 200 grams. Can't remember exactly, but it was the lightest one I could find. Right, I'm gonna put you back on my head. Make sure you don't go up that bit when you're doing the Westwall traverse. So you pass that, go up this loose scree, again be careful when you're on this stuff and don't panic if your feet start to slide. Just take it nice and easy, keep yourself as steady as you can. Use these good holes on the right hand wall. Obviously the grounds are going to move, especially when it's been raining a bit, but just don't panic and try and tread lightly. There's a term in the army called ghost walking, and it's pretty much when they're referring to walking through woods and over branches and stuff like that. You don't want to be alerting the enemy, do you? So you've got to tread lightly, and this is pretty much what you need to do here. Pretend you're Jesus, try and float. And if you do find yourself slipping, don't use his name in vain. Might catch up on you, that. Incidentally, when I passed the mountain rescue earlier, every single one of them, bar one, had some model of trail shoe on, because a lot of people think that you should always be wearing boots. I mean, that's entirely up to you, isn't it? But again, you know, when you're experienced and you've got a decent level of fitness and understanding of how terrain reacts in various conditions, i.e. when it's dry, when it's wet, when it's snow and when it's ice, then you'll know which is the best to use. So it's raining here, so what I might have to do is in about another 50 metres or so, I'll put my Rab Phantom on. It could just be the water that's coming down the cliff, sort of blowing off, because there's some like tiny cascades about. I can't work out if it is if it's rain or if it's coming off the crag. Really picked up that wind now. Yeah, what I'll do, I'll find a spot up there where I can steady myself and then put my waterproof on. So another thing as well, talking of heights, so when I left the army I spent 10 years doing rope access. I had my own business. It was called High Access Cleaning and Maintenance, and I used to do all the window cleaning on the 5 biggest tower blocks in Manchester, dangling off a rope. I didn't just do window cleaning, I did installations of various sorts, putting signage up, changing light bulbs, and you know, inspections of buildings, fixing cracks and all that kind of stuff, working for structural engineers. Right, that's the top there. There's plenty of water coming down, so, and it's starting to rain, so I'll see you in a bit when I've got my waterproof on. Right, I've got my waterproof on now. That wind's really picked up, and I've got my little fluffy thing on my mic, so I don't know, it's clipped in my waterproof, so I don't know how good it's clipped on, and this wind is really quite strong now, so what I might have to do when we get to the top is turn the audio off, and then I'll stop filming then, and then I'll look for a place to pitch the tent. I can feel now, because I'm getting blasted by this wind, so I probably will just want to look for a pitch, and then I'll see when I get in the tent. I might film me pitching it, I don't know, it depends if I can make my tripod stand up or not. Probably not. Yeah, so there's plenty of water coming down here. So again, it's a greasy, slippy rock, this. Just got to be careful. I find Vibram soles are absolutely bobbins on wet rock. There's not that many types of soles that are that good on wet rock, but these Pomoco soles, what I've got, I think they're called Pomoco, on the Dynafit Travis. I keep saying, don't I? Best friction out of any trail shoe I've ever used. And for this type of thing, they are absolutely brilliant. Yeah, we're going off to the left here. So it's pretty much at the top now. That's it. Oh yes, that wind's strong. Right, you see this little spot just in front of us here? This is where, if you watched my last video, this is where I met Juliana, the Lithuanian lady, and she decided she wanted to go down Lord's Rake with me, which I thought was very brave of her. Anyway, I'm just looking for a spot to put my rucksack down, and then just have a little drink, and then I'm going to pitch my tent. But yeah, it's blowing heavy here. This isn't ideal, but it'll do. Right then, I hope you enjoyed that. I did. I'll catch up with you a little bit later on. Just have a quick look at that. Right, so there's no wind at all here right now, but it was just pretty much blowing me over. But yeah, you can see all the ripples on Westwall, can't you? So I'm gonna pitch, despite the horrendous wind, I'm gonna pitch where X marks the spot, and it's going to be a noisy one, but I'm not bothered. I've got tinnitus anyway, and I need a bit of noise to drown that out, that annoying affliction. But yeah, so there's an X shape here, and I'm going to pitch just there. Yeah, they wasn't joking when they said it was going to be 46 mile an hour winds. Getting pretty battered, but at least I'm going to get a sunset. I put rocks on most of the pegs. Ideally, I should have had it pitched back end there because the sidewall's getting a bit of a hitting, but when I was considering moving it, it's sort of changed anyway. So you give it a look. But apart from the wind, great views. I'm going to get in and make a brew. Catch up with you in a bit. Well, this is nice and cosy. 46 mile per hour winds. So what I've done is obviously, like, I'm going to take this off in a minute. I've got my Senchi on now and my base layers, and I've changed my socks and all that, and I've put my waterproofs inside my helmet, and I've got my torch ready on my helmet as well. So I've got two torches. I've got one up here and I've got the tent lamp, but if the shit hits the fan and I have to bail, I'll be putting my helmet on knowing that I've got a torch on there, and then I've got this as my backup, and then I'll be getting off the mountain with my helmet on. So I've got my walking poles. By the way, my walking pole got repaired by Outside in Hathersage for free, and it was over 3 years old, so well out of the warranty period. But they managed to persuade Black Diamond to change the bottom section, the whole bottom section, so that was a result. Anyway, I've got myself a couple of Snickers and a chicken triple sandwich, and I've got my usual Pucker nighttime drink. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to eat these and then I'm going to listen to my radio. I did want to talk to you about some new bits and pieces, but it can wait. Hopefully in the morning the wind would have dropped. So yeah, it's supposed to be getting down to 2 degrees tonight, and this wind should ease off a little bit about 3 o'clock in the morning, but we'll see. Anyway, I'm going to say good night to you now, so hopefully I'll survive the night, and I'll speak to you in the morning. So good night and God bless. Mad. Keeps blasting away like that and then it'll just go dead still. Anyway, I hope you're having a good Sunday night. Oh, see you in the morning. £1:25 and it's been relentless. I've been playing chess on my phone for the last about an hour, and now I'm going to make another cup of sleep tea because the first one didn't work. I'm so glad I'm in the solo. Well, it's not giving up. It's 2:05 and it's just been literally battering it down. I mean, that it must be 50 mile an hour, because like it's a lot stronger than it was when it's supposed to be 46. So anyway, I'm gonna have another Snickers and another sleep tea, and then I've run out of sleep teas then, so sick of playing chess. On the plus side, I'm improving. Anyway, I hope you're having a better night than me.
Morning people, it's just coming up to 9 o'clock. I've not had much sleep at all. It's just been relentless all night. I mean, the Soulo's had to flex its muscles a few times, like now, but yeah, still standing. Anyway, I'm gonna have this coffee. I'm gonna make myself a coffee now, and then I'm gonna start taking the tent down and getting off this mountain. But yeah, just a quickie. This little radio has been a lifesaver because it only cost me about £8 off eBay. It's just called radio. It's not a brand name or nothing like that. But what I like about it is that the speakers are really good, because normally, like in background noise like this, even my phone I can't hear. But yeah, with these earphones in that come with the radio, I can't even have it up full volume because it's that loud. So yeah, that's been good. And I've been just killing me time playing chess on my phone to the point where I've exhausted my battery, so that's on charge now. So yeah, I'm gonna have this brew and then pack my gear up, and then I'm gonna go off via Scafel. I'm gonna go over the back that way and go down, do like a sort of semicircular back to Westwall Head. So yeah, there's nothing worth showing you outside now. It's just so clagged out and driving rain. So yeah, I'm going to make this brew and then get myself down. But if there's a break in the rain and there's anything worth reporting, I'll get my camera out. But in the meantime, I'll see you in a bit.
Okay, I'm all packed up now, ready to get off. That's where it was, where that dry space was, surrounded by puddles. I've put the rocks back that I used to put on top of my tent pegs. So all you Hilleberg Soulo haters out there, that performed well last night. I mean, say what you want about, you know, that tent, but it's small and it is a confined space, but when the wind's like that, that's what you want. I mean, in my experience, all I've seen that's more stable is that QU Stormstar. But you've got to think about the weight and the bulk of that thing. I mean, you can see the width of my pack. That orange bag there, that's the Soulo, and it packs down small, and that it's just soaking wet now. So anyway, so I'm not going to bother filming on the way down because, as you can see, it's clagged out anyway. But I hope you've enjoyed it, because I certainly have. And if you haven't already, give us a sub. Thanks a lot. God bless. See you soon.